The man who tried to ruin my destiny, a true story. All my life, my dreams have guided me. They reveal my winning numbers and cashpot, show me my enemies, and protect my destiny. One day, I went to buy my numbers at the cashpot branch in my community. While I was there, a man drove up and stepped out of his car. He asked me, "What do you like?" I told him my numbers. He bought them for himself first. Then he bought them for me and paid for mine too. We stood there talking for a while, and before he left, he asked me for my number. I gave it to him, and he drove off. The next day, he called me. At first, I didn't even remember giving him my number. He asked what I was doing, and I told him I was home. That night, he came to visit me. We stood at my gate and talked, and when he was ready to leave, he kept begging me for a hug. His desperation made me uncomfortable. Something didn't feel right in my spirit. The next day, he called again, wanting to pick me up, but I didn't trust men. I knew what they really wanted, so I told him boldly, "If you want to see me, pay my rent." To my surprise, he agreed without hesitation. That night, he came for me, gave me the money for my rent, and we spent the night together. In my mind, it was just a fling, but after that, he kept calling, begging to see me again. I went back to his place another night. We bathed together, did the deed, and slept. The next morning, he dropped me home, but that night, something felt off. I didn't get any dreams. I always dream, even if it's just numbers or random visions, but that night when I slept at his house, my dream world was silent. I told him I didn't dream last night, and we kinda joked about it. He asked me if I always dream, and I said yes. He said, "Maybe you didn't dream because you slept at my place tonight." I said maybe. As the days passed, I started falling for him. But because I didn't trust men, I told him to stop calling me. I wanted to test if he was serious. But he kept calling, telling me how much he liked me, how no woman ever made him feel this way before. Then, that night, my dreams started coming back with force. I dreamt I was walking in my lane, going to meet someone at the mouth of the lane. I saw a short, dark-skinned man. He took my slippers and ran off with them. When he returned, they were torn up and destroyed. I cried in the dream, asking, "What am I going to wear now?" There's a belief that slippers represent journey and destiny, and it seems like he was trying to destroy my path. We started fighting in the dream. He was strong, but I was strong too, but I refused to back down. Another night, I dreamt I was walking in my lane again, and I saw this short, dark-skinned man. He kinda looked similar to the guy in my last dream. I asked him to buy me something at the shop. He told the shopkeeper to give me anything I wanted. I chose a biscuit, and as soon as I ate it, I felt severe pain in my lower belly and private area. In that same dream, I was walking with a female friend, telling her how bad the pain was. We walked through a crowd, and I saw one of my cashpot partners, a bald-headed black man holding fish on a hook like he had just come from fishing. I looked at the fish while I was talking to him, telling him how bad the pain is in my private area and lower abdomen. He asked what caused it, but I told him I didn't know. That was where the dream ended. When I woke, it was like the dream jumped straight into my real life. I was in excruciating pain in my lower belly and private area. I felt sick, weak and empty. Worse, there was a fishy scent coming from down there. Looking back at my dream, the fish I saw my friend with probably represented the smell. The dream was revealing exactly what was happening to me spiritually and physically. From that day, I spent most of my time in bed. I couldn't eat. I was having obsessive, sexual thoughts about the guy. I was thinking about him nonstop. And it was making me even sicker. I couldn't understand how I went from liking someone to being obsessed with him overnight. Another night, I dreamt I went to his place again. In the dream, we had sex. After that, I saw an old woman entered the room where we were. Her head was tied with a hair scarf. She went in front of the dresser and was doing something on it while looking in the mirror, ignoring me completely like I didn't exist. A man also came in the room after her. He was a dark-skinned man, with thick eyeglasses and a bad side tooth. He kept looking at the guy I was with, smiling like they shared a dark secret, while my man shuffled a pile of red papers in his hands. I could see it in the stranger's eyes. They were hiding something from me. When I woke up, I called him and was telling him about the dream I had and about the man I saw. He kept silent on the phone for a bit, then said, "That was my dad." After that, he blocked me without saying another word. But even after blocking me, whenever he saw me on the road, he kept calling out my name, trying to talk to me, acting like nothing happened. One day I was very sick and weak, but I forced myself out of bed cause I was feeling for a little soup. I put on some clothes and head to a shop close by to get some chicken foot and yam. While walking to the shop, I was still thinking about him obsessively, and it made my head hurt. I saw him parked at the hardware with his friends. He kept calling out to me, but something in my spirit told me not to answer. I went straight to the shop, bought what I needed, and came back. He was still calling to me, but I refused to respond. When I looked back, he had driven off. One night I cried out to God. I said, "God, reveal what's happening to me. Show me who is trying to harm me." That night I dreamt I was walking with my sister in a strange place, who is a Christian woman. We met up with a bald-headed, dark-skinned soldier man in a suit. He gave me raw meat to eat. In the dream, he took a liking to my sister, but I knew he couldn't talk to her because there was something my sister didn't like about him. Maybe she thought he wasn't a good person and didn't trust him. He looked at me and said, "It more than one person trying to harm you." I said, "Who?" He said, "Friends." I said, "I don't have any friends. I don't keep friends." I said, "Tell me a who not, please." He said, "You really want me call name?" He asked rhetorically. When I woke up, I prayed hard for my protection. Months passed. Years passed. I regained my weight, my strength, and my spiritual clarity. One day I saw the guy I used to talk to again. He looked terrible, back to his true dark complexion. His skin was no longer bleached, and he looked so broken. I didn't even recognize him at first. He looked exactly like how I saw him in the dream in his true form. He called out to me, but I did not answer, and when he passed by me, I looked at him, wondering what happened. God showed me he wasn't sent to love me, he was sent to ruin my destiny. But he tried and he failed. Final words to my people: always listen to your dreams. Guard your spirit. Protect your destiny. Because some people come into your life not to love you, but to destroy you. But when God is for you, no one can stand against you. Follow, like, comment, share for more stories like that.
Psalm 70 verse 2. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them turn backward and put to confusion that desire my hurt. Let every plot, let every scheme, assignment, chains, arrows, let every plans, let every round table talk, let every spell, rituals, let every curse be turned backward in the name of Jesus. Let every hurt, pain, let every sabotage, blockage, let every disappointment be turned backward in the name of Jesus.